Hello friends, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Trinity English Joseph. As a part of verbs, in my previous video, you have seen about the main verbs and the different kinds of main verbs. And in today's video, I'm just going to explain to you about the auxiliary verbs, especially about the primary auxiliary verbs that are be, do, and have, and where do we use them. So now let us look into the PowerPoint presentation, and I shall explain you about the primary auxiliary verbs. So I request all of you, before you just listen to the video, please do subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment, so that it would give me more energy to do more and more videos to help the students to learn more and more. So now let us enter into the PowerPoint presentation. Friends, now let us look at the auxiliary verbs. What is an auxiliary verb? If you just look at here, a verb used in forming the tenses, moods and voices of other verbs. So this is called an auxiliary verb. And if you just look at here, we have two kinds of auxiliary verbs. First one is the primary auxiliary verbs in English. The primary auxiliary verbs in English are be, do and have. Be, do and have, all together there are 14 auxiliary verbs here. And then coming to the modal auxiliary verbs, here the modal auxiliaries like can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. So all together we have 13 auxiliary verbs. All together we have 27 auxiliary verbs in English. And now let us go into detail further. So as I already told you, primary auxiliary verbs are be, do and have forms. And another one more important information is that whenever the students get this forms be, do and have, the students have to remember that this be, do, have just not exactly the form alone. The remaining other forms of be or do or have also are supposed to be used. Especially the students, those who are preparing for the competitive examinations, you should know it. And if you just look at the primary auxiliary verbs be, do and have are some of the most commonly occurring verbs in English language. They are also some of the trickiest to master because each can also be used as a main verb in a clause, and each is able to conjugate to reflect plurality and tense as a result. So when we use these verbs, especially primary auxiliary verbs, we should be very careful and we should know whether are we using it as a main verb or as an auxiliary verb. If you just look at further, students, so be and have are used as auxiliaries to conjugate the continuous perfect and perfect continuous tenses. And if you just look at the do form is used to make main verbs negative or to form interrogative sentences, and it can also be used to add emphasis to a sentences. Especially this do form is used in the simple present and simple past tenses. And if you come here, so you do look at this be form. So be form meanwhile has 7 conjugations, 7 uses. First one is am. So first person singular present tense, we use am here. And coming to the next one, are. Are is used with the first person plural present tense, second person singular or plural in the present tense, and third person plural in the present tense. So here we use with we, you and they, these three. Here if you see first person we use we, second person we use you, and the third person we use they. So with these three subjects or subjective personal pronouns, are is used. And coming to is, this is used in the third person singular present tense when we have the subjects he, she and it. So this is called as a third person singular. And coming to the next one, was is used instead of is in the present tense. In the past tense, was is used for all the singular, first person singular past tense and third person singular past tense. So I and he, she, it, these four subjects they take was. And if you come to were is used in the plural of the past tense. First person plural past tense, second person singular or plural past tense, and third person plural past tense were is used. And be is used with the past participles and being is used with the present participles. And if you come here, you can just look at some of the examples here. And if you just look at be is the base form. So the base form is also used at certain places, but be is the base form here. And then if you come here, just look at the example, you must be joking. So here, whenever we are in a vague sense of unable to understand what to be used, we basically used this be form. If you just come to am as I already told you, first person singular in the present tense, especially in the present continuous tense, we use am. I am moving to Germany next month. So if you come to are, as I already told you, first person plural present tense and second person singular or plural present tense and third person plural present tense, all in the present continuous. If you just look at the examples, we are leaving tomorrow morning. Are you working later? Where are they going? So whether it may be the positive, assertive positive or assertive negative or interrogative positive or interrogative negative, whatever might be, or whether you form yes or no type questions or you form WH questions, in all these we use are. If you come next is third person singular in the present tense, that too especially in the present continuous is used with he, she, it. She is wondering where we are going. So this is what one of the examples. Was is used in the past tense, as I already told you. First person singular past tense, third person singular past tense in the past continuous. I was talking to my brother yesterday. It was raining quite hard last night. So if you just look at the next one is were. So if you just look at were, first person plural past tense and then second person singular or plural past tense, and then we also use a third person plural past tense. If you just look at third person plural past tense is used. And if you just look at the examples, we were looking for a new place to live. You were thinking of running away. When were they planning on electing a new president? So if you just look at further, so some more we can just look at been. Been is used as the past participle. Everyone has been worrying about their jobs. So being is used especially in the present participle, and if you are supposed to be specified, used as an auxiliary verb only in the passive voice of the present participle. So I could tell that the instructor's patience was being tested by the students. So here in the present continuous and the past continuous of the passive voice alone, being is used. Coming to the next set of helping verbs is do. And if you just look at this do as the base form. So do be careful. So especially this is used in order to talk about the imperative sentences. And if you come here, does third person singular in the present tense. So here do and does are used to form the negatives and the interrogatives of the simple present tense. And if you look here, does he know what he is talking about? So this is a question, positive question. And if you come here, did is used as a past tense. If you use do and does in the present tense, did is used in the past tense, in the simple past tense, that too. We didn't know any better. So that is what we have to know about. Next, coming to another set of helping verbs, that is have form. So if you come here, have is used as a base form. I have been to this part of town before. So I'm coming to the next one, has. Has is used as a third person singular in the present tense, especially in the perfect and perfect continuous tenses in the present tense, we use has. It has been raining for over an hour now. So if you just look at, friends, so this is used in the third person singular, third person plural, where in the perfect and perfect continuous tenses, and this is used for singular in the perfect and perfect continuous tenses of the present tense. And then here coming to had, it is used in the past perfect and past perfect continuous tenses. They had been confident in the project's success. And next one, having is used as a present participle, and here especially it is used in the simple sentence of the simple compound complex sentences. Having worked his whole life, Larry relished the thought of retirement. So in this way we just use having. Thank you all of you, friends, so for being with me. So I do request all of you to subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share. Thank you for being with me. See you in the next video.